I really believe that bootstrapping is a process where every founder or every founder to be must go through.
Well, Tony Fernandez at my age, at 40 years old, he already start asking money for hundreds of millions, and I'm just asking for a few millions. It's still not a big deal for me.
I seriously love failure, and you cannot imagine how much I love failure. I look at failure as such a big blessing to me, I am so thankful that when I fail, because it just means that I'm going to be so much better the next time.
If you have all the money in the world, if you have all the time in the world, what will you spend your time and your money to do?
Welcome to Linkpreneur Stories. Welcome back again to Linkpreneur Stories. Welcome to Linkpreneur Stories. Welcome back to Linkpreneur Stories. We are live. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to all of you, whichever part of the world you're tuning in. Tell us how your day was. Here I am, yet again, another episode with another fabulous guest today who have made it to the top, shared their expertise, their strength to just uplift everyone across the world. Today's episode is indeed a very, very, very special episode. Are you ready for it? Hello everyone, welcome to Rising Stories. This is a special episode that we are doing because we want to celebrate a few more amazing people who have been doing phenomenally well the way they have handled the last 1 year and also across. You might be wondering, Kush, what is this Rising Stories? Then let me tell you guys, Rising Stories are people who we met through Salt and Pepper, and we're so glad that we met them, because if we hadn't, we wouldn't have discovered the new side of the world, the new side of them, and the way they have evolved in their journey. Last week, we had 3 amazing people from the Salt and Pepper family. And as this round, Linkpreneur further collaborates with the Salt and Pepper, we brings in 3 more wonder stories for all of you this round, from the people you know, from the people you might have met, and from the people who have proved that nothing can stop them. And they are not here to give up, but to make sure that they can fly high irrespective of what happens and can win at every single battle. Who are these people? Who are these amazing souls? I'm going to uncover them very, very soon in this episode itself. Till then, guys, can we know each other a little bit more? If you don't know me, then I am Kush Banangalia. Just call me Kush, founder and CEO of Beyond 99 and Salt and Pepper, and as well as the host to Linkpreneur Stories, who would like to invite all of you to be able to join us on this live show, because guys, we love talking to you. So if you have questions, feel free to comment. If you want to tell anything about our guests, feel free to comment. But before that, tell us how exactly is this times been for you, and which part of the world are you tuning in from? Also, a special mention for all my friends in Malaysia, specifically like myself. Today, we hit a number which we had never expected. I'm sitting back at home and I'm just wondering, how come we hit 11,000 cases in a day? Is that even possible? So guys, humble request. Let's just all support each other and let just help each other to get the world back to where it was. And for that, stay back home, stay safe, inspire other people to stay back home, stay safe, and at the same time, be there for them when they need. You don't have to be in person. Even today, virtual warmth is a real thing. And that's the whole reason we are able to come on live, share stories from all across the globe. and today from three different countries, sitting in three different time zones and sharing what they have to do. But before I get into that, let me invite Anil, who's going to tell us who are these people. So let's bring it up. Hey, Anil.
Hey Khush, nice to see you again every Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. How are you doing today?
I am doing well, Anil. Let's just say it's the Tuesday evening for every single day for us. But yes, it's amazing to meet you as a co-host on Link Runner Stories, definitely, and the fun gets even more amazing.
Likewise, Khush, I'm so super excited because whenever among the guests, if I get one from Singapore, I feel really excited. So, hello everyone,
I'm
very good evening from Singapore. That's Anil Meghani, your co-host with Khushbu
I can
Nangalia.
I can tease you, Anil, this round. I have got a guest from Malaysia as well. So you can't be happy alone, okay? And then the third guest is from our own country, India. So it's like, it's just binding us in some or the other manner, definitely. So, guys, we come from India, though I'm based in Malaysia. Anil is based in Singapore. We have three amazing guests, one from Singapore, Malaysia, and from India, as well as US, because he has been based out of both the countries lately. So
Yes.
that's the fun side of the story,
See,
Anil.
that's how we connect bonds with across the Southeast Asia, across the globe, and that's how the whole network is built up to. And that's probably what was one of our visions when we started Link Runner Stories more than a year and a half back now.
Absolutely. I think that's the beauty of it. And then working in collaboration with the Salt and Pepper team and how exactly we come up with rising stories, it is a whole new fun in itself because we had we had known our speakers, they have been our friends, they have been our colleagues, and in some or the other manner we've always been connected with them. But these people, I think we if we just go back by a few months, I can tell you I did not know any of them.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that today I know them. I can celebrate them and I can literally be a part of their journey and know how they're doing. Because when they shared about their story, trust me, I was like, wow.
So, yes, Kush, with no further ado, let me welcome the first speaker and a little words about her. She has been a corporate trainer for more than 20 years and trained in over 15 plus countries, often complimented for her energy, enthusiasm, and engaging style. She has been effectively skilling people in the areas of business presentations. Wow, I love that. Customer service, EQ, new manager development, leading effective change. She also has been actively involved in the design process of workshops in the areas of optimism, resilience, customer service, and communications. Let's put all our hands and welcome Roshini Ganesan from Singapore.
Hey, Roshni,
Hi,
welcome.
Kush. Hi, Anil. This is wonderful. How do I follow all that? Seriously.
No, superb, Roshni, to have you with us on Link Runner Stories. And thank you, Anil.
Yeah. So it's not
Thank
makeup,
you.
I'm really blushing. Okay.
Oh, wow. Guys, take a note, okay? This is called, I mean, I have to ask her beauty secrets, because I don't know if I would look as beautiful like her ever at that time. No, not at all. But
You
thanks,
know,
Anil, for the internet.
I will take compliments from anywhere. At my age, at 55 years old, I will take it from anywhere.
Trust me, I was not giving a number. You gave it yourself, but I really compliment you
Okay.
for
I'm
the
proud of it.
energy. No, I really compliment you. But Anil, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction, and see you soon.
Thanks, Anil.
So, Rosh, it's lovely to have you. And let me tell you, genuinely, when I met you for the first time and I saw the energy you had, I couldn't believe later when I found out that your age is 55. Really, that was something out of my belief because I don't see people at their age having that kind of energy and enthusiasm and the willingness to just go and conquer and do so much. I really applaud you for that, and I'm so happy to be able to bring you up on this top 20 rising stories
Thank you
and
so much.
celebrate.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and it's genetic. because my grandma lived on till 102. She only recently lost her battle to COVID. And in fact, that's why I wanted to also, put a word out, that my heart is with Malaysia and Malaysians, because that's actually my home. That's where I was born and brought up. But yeah, my grandma still was singing and dancing until, a few months ago, so it's genetic.
No, I really, I hope I really hope the best for her and for the
Thank
family, and a lot of strength, of course, Rosh. But I can take it because I saw your grandma's video and I could see her dancing, and that was beautiful. The way she had taken her energy, nobody would guess that she's touched three-figure age. I mean, it's a big, big, big thing. But yes,
Yes.
Rosh, of course, you have worked last 20 years and empowered so many people in the corporate space. Today, I'm sure that in the industry, you've built recognition for yourself, which you very well deserve. And from presentation skills to leadership skills to communication skills, and these are some terminologies which I strongly relate with you,
Mhm.
specifically where you're able to empower people who want to be leaders and who want to get to the point where they are really leaders of the organization, and I've seen you empowering them. So Rosh, before I really get into uncovering your story, I would love to know from you today, for the people who are watching us right now, and if they are in a phase of their career, whether they're looking for promotions or they're looking for growth across the corporate ladder or anything, what advice or what would you like to tell them, for maybe two, three pointers that they can genuinely go and make a difference, even if it is to do with the presentation skill, communication skill, or even to do with the mindset change? I would love you to say or share some things about it.
Sure. Um, I think what I would share are actually some of the lessons that I have learned myself. We often talk about, skills and training in the context of technical skills. And very often
Correct.
people who are promoted, they are promoted because they are very good at what they
Right.
do, right? But what happens is that when you get into that promotion, into that position of leading, you also have to lead people, and
True.
that's usually where a lot of new managers falter, because it's such a new territory, right? They've been great at the technical stuff, they've been very good at the job roles, but now they're having to motivate people, they're having to, make sure that people stay positive, they are resilient, that's all change coming from everywhere. They're having to communicate, with many different people. And that's the thing, right? It's many different people, and there's no such thing as one style fits all. So in the old days, people used to call it soft skills. You need to really
Correct.
equip yourself with soft skills. But heck, when you use the word soft skills, sometimes, it feels like as if it's, not so important. But it's critical core skills of being able to communicate, to connect, to be able to have that ability to basically connect on a human to human level. So how do you bring that in as a manager, as you're leading people, and making sure that you create a safe space for your people to not only share what they're happy and excited about, but also in the context of, can they come to you if they are feeling that they don't have all the answers? And I mean, even us as managers, I mean, one of the other things is, don't always feel that you have to have all the answers. You may not
Yeah, I
have
think
all the
yes,
answers,
that's true.
right?
Yes, correct,
Yeah.
correct.
But,
You're so
I think
right.
building skills. Yeah. Sorry.
Because I think no, that's all right, Roshni. Because we always go in the chase of picking up new things in terms of the skills, that is tool sets, and focus on that to a great extent. But sometimes we don't understand how much does it play a role in terms of soft skills. And today, it's a phenomenal episode where all three our guest is going to touch upon it in some or the other manner. I think, Rosh, I have to ask you one thing. When you're focused on soft skills, can you tell one of the biggest communication mistake that people do in their corporate industry? What do you feel? I mean, you've worked with so many of them. You've trained so many people in Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, and across. Tell us one mistake that they tend to make the most.
Okay, because I train in so many different aspects of communication, as you say, from presentation skills or impromptu speaking, with think on your feet.
Correct.
And also, we even, do bespoke events like training managers on how to give bad news, right, to their team members. Yeah, we've done it all. I would say it's that whole thing around understanding who you are speaking to. So whether it's your audience is that one person, or a small group of people, or large audiences, you've got to know your audience's needs, your audience's expectations. And then, of course, to be very clear about what is it that you want to achieve, right? What is your outcome? If you can just do that, then do your homework, know the people. So that's why it's critical for managers to connect and communicate and build relationships, with their people. So I would say it's knowing your audience.
Wow, I think that's a very valid point, because when you have that template, and you go with the template concept and you go all out and you speak to a people in the same manner, I think that's where you lose the battle. And I'm so glad that you shared about it.
Yeah, so it's not like one size fits all, So-
Exactly. It's not like one size fits all. I so damn agree to it. And of course, moving down, we met because of Killing It on LinkedIn and the workshop and everything. And I would be so happy for you to share. Is there one moment where you felt like, okay, this, I'm enjoying this place, or this is a place where I want to be? Is there a moment like this that you would like to share with everybody out here?
Oh my gosh. Is there one moment? I think there have been a few moments, I have to say, because, I had my own, how should I say, baggage when it came to LinkedIn. But there were things that were shared with me in the past with yourself, in the context of communication. I mean, it's really all about communication, come to think of it. So,
Yes.
it's that whole thing around commenting on other people's posts, and really getting engaged and involved in posts that engaged me on a personal level, creating that connection, creating that conversation. That has been a real aha for me, I have to say. I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed connecting with people whom I've not known. I can share with you that someone that I connected with on LinkedIn, just by starting conversations, is this wonderful lady. I won't want to mention the name just in case she gets embarrassed. But when she found out that my grandmother had passed on, she reached out to me personally to ask if she could send me some flowers. And I said, look, that's a bouquet, right? For her wanting to give me that. And I said, please, donate it in my grandmother's name. And she did. And this is someone whom I've never met. I mean, how amazing is that?
Wow, I think, Rosh, that's amazing. And that's the beauty. I think one of the core reasons why I enjoyed the platform, and if I have to tell you in one word, is the positivity, because the platform had so much love for each other, as if you know people for years. And that's not true. You don't know them for years. Maybe you haven't even met them, and the probability to meet a few of them may be very, 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 very rare. I'm so
Yeah.
glad you shared it. But in the first place, Rosh, what inspired you to get started with this journey on LinkedIn? But before I get to know that answer from you, I want to tell to everybody. Today, when I asked Rosh what is that one moment, she didn't share anything major, as if it's like got a client or got a job or something. No, didn't. But imagine, I would take it in two ways, guys. And that's where I want to share this with everybody. First, her own perspective of putting importance to people rather than the outcomes, and that will automatically bring outcomes. And that simple act of engagement is a game changer altogether on the entire ecosystem where it's not about LinkedIn, it's about just people, and you're meeting like-minded ones, and that's where the whole difference comes in.
Yeah.
So I'm glad, Rosh, that's such a simple but one of the most impactful thing during this journey is this, and I'm glad you focused or brought light into it. Now let me ask you, what inspired you to get started with this platform? Isn't it too boring to get started with?
Yeah, so when I first, came across LinkedIn, I was not that impressed by it, in the sense that I just felt it was a place where people talked about their business, and, it was a place to maybe showcase what you're doing. But then I realized that it was because I was just, one, I didn't know it well. I was focusing on all the wrong things. And so that's why I kept, seeing those things, right? But as soon as I focused, and it really had to do with two people. There's a lady called Andrea Edwards who told me that, LinkedIn is really a place about giving value and about giving them service. And you, Kush, you shared with me about how it was about building relationships, and those things really resonated with me. And as soon as you pointed this to me, I started noticing that, and I was watching people, put so much of value and so many generous tips and ideas, and that kind of inspired me to want to start being on the platform. So pretty much it's, thank goodness for people like you and Andrea, and that really kind of helped me see what it was, and what I could use it for in terms of making connections. I mean, yes, once in a while we would like to have those things that go viral, but
Yeah.
I'm beginning to realize it's not about that.
No,
Yeah.
I think I'm so glad that you mentioned about the fun of getting viral as well. Of course, there's a different joy, you get that excitement, like,
Yeah.
oh my God. And there is that. And let's just accept it. You feel a different side of fun and you hope that happened. But I'm glad that's not your motivation. That's definitely a booster, but not something which motivates you to be doing what you're exactly doing. And
Yeah.
I'm thankful to Andrea, and of course it's not only about us, Roshni. I think how do you place it is very well, which is people. Earlier the understanding could be so different about the entire platform that it can just make people think the way like a job seeking platform or something,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that that entire thing gets uncovered and you're able to discover a new side of the entire journey. And of course with this I am equally excited to ask you, Rosh, what are the what would you tell to the people or share, I would say, what is that one thing you want to tell to the people or advise people based on your experience on the platform that you would like to tell them that yes, this is something that you should do or should not do, anything?
Sure. So one of the things that used to bother me about posting things is that I always used to think, who is going to read this? Who am I? That people will want to read what I share. But what's been interesting is that it's the personal things, the things that are very important to me personally, that have garnered the most likes and comments. I have not been posting every day. I only do 2 posts a week. And, what I'm doing is making it consistent. And, this is something that I realize is so important. And just using tools like, tools that you can use to schedule your posts has just been a lifesaver for me. So I just spend a little bit of time on the weekend, thinking about what I want to share, making sure that I just have those 2 posts done, and it's scheduled to go out, on 2 days of the week, and that's it. But of course, sometimes I may have an article that I want to share, so there might be 3 posts in that week or 4 posts, but really I'm just doing 2 posts a week. That's it.
And it's a good number. So for everybody, guys, if you think that okay, Kush is posting like almost every day, sure, will I also have to do that?
You're
No,
brilliant.
guys, you do.
Awesome.
Ross, that's a red signal for people. They're like, oh my God, I can't do that. So fact is, guys, I also take my time to be able to do and arrange that thing and make it happen. Of course, most of the times I'm spontaneous, but that's one way how you cannot be consistent. So let me also tell you that. So the victory to get consistent is to so guys, 2 posts a week is good enough, and I'm glad, Rosh, you're scheduling it. I am excited. I'm excited about it, and you're bringing it up.
Can I just have one more tip? Can I tell you how many times I wrote something and it all got lost? Oh my gosh. That was, I mean, honestly, after all that, and I'm thinking, and you've spent so much of time and you've really crafted something wonderful, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And so again, the scheduler has just been a lifesaver because it's all there.
Oh God, yes. I think that's a similar thing that happened with us in Killing It on LinkedIn workshop, the last batch. One of the students came in and said, Kush, I did the day 2 challenge, but then it got vanished. I don't know what happened. And it is related. Absolutely. This is so damn relatable, Rosh. And I'm so glad you shared everything. Now, Rosh, my final question for today to
dear.
you is,
Yeah.
yes, it's one of the most closest question in the entire history of Linkpreneur, and because it was not a question we crafted, it's a question that came in from one of the audiences as well, and it touched our heart so much that we have always every now and then bought that question, and I want to bring it to you as well. So, Rosh, what is that one thing that you would like to be remembered for? I know it takes a moment. I am ready to give you that moment.
Yeah. I think for me, I want to leave the world with people saying that Rosh always made me feel like I mattered. You know, I think that's so important. I mean, that's something I try and teach my son, and I talk to you a lot about my son, and I love him to
Yes.
bits, and I sort of post things about him as well. But one is that people see people, see what it is that they need. And I mean, I think I would just die a quiet death if I found out that someone I knew needed help and needed something and felt that they couldn't reach out to me. So for me it's a case of I want people to say she made me feel I mattered.
Oh my God, I'm actually speechless, Rosh. This is so beautiful, really beautiful. Honestly, because I've not got this kind of a response ever since, and it really touched my soul. I've always been wondered, what do I want to be remembered for? And my answer has always been nothing. I don't know why I felt like always saying that, but today you really make me think or give second thoughts to my answer because I've never felt any relatability. I would have asked this question at least 30 times, at least. Trust me. I'm so glad that you had that point of view, and I would love to chat about you behind the scenes about this. But yes, thank you so much, Rosh, for
You're
being
welcome.
with us. As of course on the Linktronic story, and as well as congratulations on being on the top 20 rising stories.
Thank
We
you.
will be bringing more.
I
And
really couldn't
guys,
have done it without you guys. So really, really thank you so much to all of you, and even the people behind the scenes. Honestly,
yes,
really,
yes.
so the people who are
No.
invisible, right? I always want to make people invisible. So
So damn true, so damn true. So the guys, you see me, but there's a beautiful, beautiful team and chief who are definitely making it happen for us and is there to make it done. But thanks, Rosh. It was amazing to have you. And I'm gonna
thank
meet
you.
you very soon. So stay back in the green room. Gonna call back soon.
Okay, see you later.
Awesome.
Hey,
So
I'm back.
guys, that yes, you are. And that was amazing, Rosh. And I loved every single thing she shared, Daniel. It was so, so, so damn good. Hey guys, didn't you love it? Especially her last answer. I was like,
I was
wowed.
too.
Right. Okay, that was my excitement. I know, Anil, you want to introduce the next speaker to us and tell us who's the next guest.
Yes, again, super excited for our next speaker. Okay. He's an executive leadership coach and a facilitator. He believes that every leader possesses skills, talents, ideas, faults, and flaws. As an executive coach, he is able to make leaders aware that there is a shift in the behavior can result in positive business outcomes. He has traveled to over 30 plus countries and has a bucket list of many more places that he would like to do his journey. Married for 35 years and with three grown up children, and into golf, badminton, and brisk walking. Let's welcome Jeff Cheah, a coach, connector, and a curator.
Wow, Jeff, 35 years. Inspiration. Awesome.
Yes, still
No,
happily
lovely.
married.
Superb. Hey, Anil, thanks so much. See you soon.
Bye, Jeff. See you soon.
Hey, Jeff, this is wonderful. I didn't know so much of amazing information. Hey, guys, who knew that Jeff is happily married, 35 years with three beautiful kids, and have traveled so many countries already? Of course, Jeff, you still look super young. That's lovely. But at the same time, I'm excited to have you as a part of the Rising Stories and way your journey has evolved.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure, pleasure. So, Jeff, we know you as a coach. We know you a person who is empowering the leadership team and as well as the CEOs and CXOs and bringing them to a different level of growth to be able to see things that they're not able to see in their life. With this, of course, Jeff, with all the wonderful experience that you already have, I'm excited to know from you how exactly is this journey been for you, and has COVID changed things for you, Jeff?
Yeah, in fact, COVID has done well. There are some positive side that came out of it. Yeah, I'm now able to do a lot of training online, and I'm happy with that. And the best thing is that the participants are also happy with that. Yeah, I get to be with my family more, right? Bonding with my two children who's with me. One is in Canada. So, and I also get to get into platforms like yourself, and this is where I learn. I don't know whether if I don't have that pandemic, I'll be moving around so much, traveling, going to meet customers on the road, that I may not have time to participate in such wonderful training that you have offered. So this is the positive side of it. Of course, we want to see it over because I love to travel.
No, I think, of course, we all love to travel, Jeff, but I appreciate your positivity and the way you're looking at it. I've personally seen it like that. We're not getting stuck in the traffics.
Yeah.
The air at home is quite great, and at the same time, we really get to spend time with our close ones. But here, Jeff, of course, with all the amazing experience you have as a coach and as well as a trainer, I am personally a CEO as well and has been leading my organization, but I know there are a lot of scope of growth. I always believe in learning and I want to learn amazing things. So keeping me as one of the examples, of course, but at the same time, for all the amazing audiences who are there with us, I would love to for you to share some things that a CEO, a leader, a CXO, if he wants to be able to grow up the ladder, of course, to be a bigger leader in the team, what is your key advices or what do you want to tell them? Maybe one or two things or whatever you find it comfortable.
Yeah. So, well, I actually read a lot. So, and I do read and practice. So basically, I come across a few areas, just three basic areas, and start with L. Yeah. I think one of the key area that as a coach that I want to exemplify to a leader is to be able to listen actively so that you can get ideas and insights. Listen not just with your eyes, listen with your ears, right? Not just with your ears, but listen with your eyes. Listen to the little things that people are saying so that you can understand them before you make a response. And the second thing is about learning. I mean, a leader has to be self-aware that and to be humble, yeah, so that they know that they need to learn, they need to grow, and they need to be better, they need to improve. So there's never an end to learning. Like I'm already, well, I think Roshini looks very young at 55, but I am 10 years older than her. So yeah, okay. So but I'm still actively learning because it's so interesting now. There's so many great things that is on LinkedIn, that is on the books that I read. And I think reading, I always like to use the word RAP, R-A-P, read, apply, and practice.
Oh,
If you read,
wow.
it's the
Not
knowledge,
bad.
right? Then you need to apply what you read. Just take away two or three things, apply what you read, and then practice, 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 practice. It makes permanent. Yeah, it makes progress. And the third thing is about a little bit of what Roshini has shared. Actually, as a leader, you need to be a coach, right?
Yeah.
And I go on the team that leader can be a coach, meaning that they need to empower people, provide a safe place for people to share ideas. I say be humble, be open. And you don't have to know everything, like what Roshini has said, right? A leader does not need to know everything. Yeah, you
Correct.
have knowledge workers. You have people who knows who are on the ground. And these are the three things: listen, learn, and lead as a coach.
I think the most beautiful one for me, of course, apart from the rap, because I believe in transformative learning. I mean, that's a bit of a heavy jargon kind of a word, I can tell you, but rap makes it more simple. And I want to take away from you that one, Jeff. Surely I'm going to apply it somewhere. But yes, I think listening is what makes us all powerful, and that is what really brings the real difference in our responses, because then we may respond and not react, and that's something even is a part of the process of growing up and leading and being able to learn as well. I'm so glad, Jeff. These simple, but at the same time, we go wrong here only. The fact is, these little things are where exactly the entire conversation takes in an absolute different direction. Glad you bought in. Jeff, let's hear it from you. A 65-year-old man and with amazing experience have been doing pretty well. What got you into LinkedIn? Why thinking of exploring a whole new ground, or were you always there? I don't know. I would love to hear it.
No, I actually was on Facebook a lot because I travel. I like to write stories and post pictures, and thousands of pictures on Facebook. And people like
Really?
to just say, "Wow, this and that," and I was happy with that. And then when I became a leadership coach, and I started thinking that, well, what should I do to be more exposed myself, and to be able to also share my stories, and I come across LinkedIn, and that was probably about 4 or 5 years ago. But I was not active. I was just posting little nuggets here and there. Maybe there were a couple of people who read it, and that's it. Yeah, not a lot of motivation, right? But however, one thing that I realized that I saw there are a lot of stories on LinkedIn by thought leaders, by famous authors, and I can really gather a lot of information and good information for what I'm doing. And second thing is also about connecting. I'm able to connect. I find that even more so after the class, that I can connect to the most famous author, the most famous speaker, and they actually respond. They actually come back to you, and that's amazing, because where can I get that, right? I may write an email, and the person will probably ignore my email, and it probably went to a spam, and how could I call the person? And the third thing is about me sharing stories. I think if I'm able to share stories, share articles, share something that is on, which I think is of interest to people, and people can learn and inspire them, and people read about it, and they give comments about it, and they will really inspire me. And any numbers of people, I don't really bother about how many views they are, but really that if people are inspired by that, and people share, or people wanted to read about it and comment, I really really very happy with it.
Wow, Jeff, I think, of course, you started your journey about 4, 5 years ago, and that's the beauty of it, that you realize that this is something you want to explore towards. I'm excited to check your Facebook later on and get connected to see all your amazing travel photographs and miss travel a little bit more. But
Yeah.
yes, very subtly, you mentioned something, Jeff, which I would like to bring attention for our audiences is one of the biggest motivation we allow ourselves to be the engagement, which is the likes, the comments, and the share. And as humans, we let that drive us, but we have to allow us our value drive us rather than those engagements drive us. Definitely, that's validation, that how much your content is getting accepted, and you want that validation because it's part of your journey. But if that is something which becomes the key of motivating you to do it on a consistent basis, then that's where the problem happens. So I'm glad that you mentioned it really doesn't matter. It might be applauded by many or it may be applauded by few, but just making a difference to one soul is itself a big thing. And that mindset is very important because, Jeff, going back in my journey, about 2.5, around a little more than 2.5 years, my content never used to get any views. I mean, literally, if I take only one of your posts in the past, I mean, nothing, 4 or 5 views or 4 or 5 likes, and that is how the content has been for me. Consistently, I kept on doing it for about 5 months, and that's when it started hitting in. So people may not remember those 5 months journey, but I do, because I had done it, and every single post was not hitting anything beyond 7 likes or 8 likes. So it's a part of a process. The reason why we have the program is because I don't want people to wait for that 5 months, because I waited to struggle to know what is the success matrix. But the fact is that I'm glad that this is not your motivation. But Jeff, of course, you have been on the platform for quite a long time, and more so, I have seen you active over the past few months, and I would say about a year now, because pandemic has changed for us a lot of things. I want to know, is there a moment, like an aha moment for you to share with us that happened through the platform, or anything to do with in relation to that?
Well, when I attended the class, I didn't give a lot of so-called attention to what I'm going to get. It's like, I was in the fourth batch. I remember it was $1, and I said, well, let me see what this can take me. But I decided that if I am going to spend my time there, I want to participate fully, and that's where I actually follow and work on the homework and get it posted and follow very closely. Yeah, and I found that whenever I follow, and I think the one that makes me really interested is really the way you commented on some of the posts. And I was writing notes about how you commented, how it became that way. And some of the aha moments were really like what I'm using now. You can PDF the profile. I didn't even know that. I say now I tell people, "Hey, you can PDF the profile." Then people say, "Yeah," and they do it and say, "Wow!" and that's where I got all the money from the training. That's where the result is. And simple things like that. Those were things that I say, yeah, you will not know what you don't know. Yeah. So I go
Yes.
in with an open mind and going to fully be present and fully participate. And there were a lot of aha moments. There were things like I post and I found that, somebody really actually connected with me. Somebody actually read it, and there were more, and it goes well, and that motivated me.
Somebody is also me, Jeff. Somebody is also me. I love the work that you have done, and I also because I remember you were in the batch, and your energies. It was a huge batch, but and it's not easy for me to remember everyone. I think I'm learning to do that, but still not too amazing at it. But you were definitely one of those people that I remembered, and one of the core reasons was you were on the camera first. Second, you were so active, your energies were so high, and every single challenge that you were doing it or you were engaging with, it was right up there, and it was so clear. So all of these things were making a difference, and I'm glad you shared those aha moments, though I was expecting it across the platform, but you shared during the program. But it's either ways, I believe it's the power of people empowering one another, and I've always believed in that. If you know the method to the madness, and you then have the right team, right people to support you, nobody can stop your growth, because it's the combination of the process and the people. Of course, the performance is the last P, which is absolutely in your personal control. is what makes a real difference. And that's what I have learned across with my coaches and mentors. And I'm so glad, Jeff, you've shared all of this with us. Of course, I'm not going to let you go without knowing what's okay. So, you mentioned you've shared a lot of advices across your training. What is that one advice that you want to give to people who are listening us today? And that is something that is crucial for them to know or can be a game changer. What is that one advice that you want to give to them?
Yeah, I think I would like to give just maybe more than one advice. Yeah, but really short and simple. As a coach, I felt that the LinkedIn platform is probably the best platform. So now I hardly spend time on Facebook. I actually go into, I actually forgot about Facebook now, and I actually go into LinkedIn almost every day. And I do like Roshini post maybe 2 articles, 1 or 2 articles a week. Yeah, I try to post one post and one article. Yeah, so that the
Ah,
article will futurely go into a book that I plan to have. And I think the
oh,
first thing is that be proactive. That means be a proactive, post, write articles, support other people's story, connect with the relevant group, ask for feedback. Be proactive. I think the second is what Roshini mentioned about is about the audience, right? Know your audience. So it's not about you. If you want people to follow you, you need to think about what would excite people. What would they learn from your experience? What would they take away and practice? So that's very important. Not showing up about yourself, who you are, how great you are. It's about how you can translate that into what people can practice and learn and from you. And the other thing is that help others succeed. By
oh
helping
yeah.
others, you are helping people. So be a coach, be a mentor, share your wisdom unconditionally, right? Don't expect anything in return. Serve the community that you are targeting. When I say serve the community means that give pro bono stuff that you can do, whether you are workshops, whether you have some stories to tell, or a talk or webinar, do it, do it consistently, and the thing will come back to you. So basically, I felt that these are the three things.
Wow. I asked for one. Jeff has three wonderful things, guys, and I don't want to repeat it. Take note of it because it's really, really beautiful nuggets, which personally I preach a lot. And I'm glad that a person like himself with so much of experience is here to validate with his experience as well. Now, Jeff, as I am going to say a big thank you to you, I would also love you to share what is it that you want to be remembered for in your life.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. What's the one thing that I want to be remembered for? I remember ex staff of mine who after 10 years that she was not working with me anymore, and I actually saw her, and because her husband got a company that's doing quite well, and I actually saw her writing checks of 5,000, 3,000, and give away, just like that, checks in front of me. Then I say, wow, you're very generous. Then she turned around and said that, remember, boss, I was working for you, and you told me that is one thing you can do is to help other people. So she did that. So that was
Oh,
amazing. So what I want to actually hear is that maybe another 10 years down the road, 5 years down the road, people come to me without me, like for example, come to me unexpectedly and tell me that, Jeff, you have helped me going through this transition. I'm very happy and grateful. Yeah, that's it.
oh my God, that is so wonderful. That's so. So, guys, do you see it? Josh mentioned, Jeff mentioned, it's all about empowering and helping people. And then ultimately, it just brings in a real sense of contentment. And it does because I've done that so many times. And whenever I do that, I feel a real joy from within. It's a child within me that gets that surfaced ups and feels like enjoying every single time. I'm seeing some amazing people commenting, and I can learning never stops. Jesse is telling us, Sanjana is great story. We have Shri who's telling me too, Jeff. Now I am proactively on LinkedIn instead of Facebook. Azad is saying it's all about the audience. And damn, truth. Sri is again telling, wow. Then there's a LinkedIn user that says, thanks a lot, Jeff. Lovely course. Thank you, guys. and there's a Facebook user who's telling indeed. So guys, if you do not have your privacy settings up for public, I won't be able to read your name in the back end. So I'm so sorry. But yes, wonderful people out here. Tell me from which part of the world you're joining in. And please feel free, if you relate with their story, just hit the share button and share their story. Susie is telling self-actualization. So true, Susie. And that is the power of the entire platform. So guys, go and hit the share button if you have related anything with Rosh and Jeff shared, because these are amazing people. I want you guys to know. And if you need any kind of help, I'm sure they're up for it. Reach out to them through their LinkedIn profile and tell them how amazing they are as well, guys, because they deserve
Coach,
it.
I don't know what you told people about me, but over the last 3 days, I got three ladies from your cohort that actually says that I'm so inspired by you. Can I connect with you?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. That is okay, Jeff. This is a trip. This is a bonus. So 3 wonderful ladies have reached out to Jeff
Yeah.
already. And I have
Within
to tell
1
you,
week.
Jeff. Wow. But Jeff, I want to tell you, you really, really, really deserve it. And I'm so glad that they did. I've been talking, of course, about some of the wonderful people. And I want to, the whole reason for you and for everybody, what is this rising story suddenly coming up with? The reason is every time we bring a CEO and we bring a co-founder to Link Promise Stories, it's nice, it's great. And I love their story because I enjoy listening to them. But I also realized that I have such a beautiful community, and you guys are part of it. It's our pleasure to be able to celebrate some of you guys. Couldn't do all, of course, but yes, we wanted to do that. And then it is all because you worked it through. And I think the last P, which is performance, is the result why it's a pleasure to bring you up here and truly celebrate. So all the ladies out here and as well as men, go disturb Jeff. Go disturb Jeff.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I will definitely connect with you. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. He will. He is a very generous soul, and I have always felt that generosity from him always. And Rosh is a dynamic lady. I feel her energy is, why I'm falling short of word. Her energy is, for the lack of a better word, contagious. I did not get the better word. So let's just say that, because whenever I meet her, I get all pumped up, guys. So Jeff, thank you so much for being on it. Stay in the green room. I'm going to bring you back soon.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, welcome back, Anil.
Infectious. Isn't Jeff infectious?
Oh, okay. Actually, the word for Roshni is infectious. I would say her energy is infectious. I would take that as well. Thanks, Anil, for the cue.
Okay. Wow. Oof. Now the third on the show. Wow. From our own country, India. But actually lately he was in US. Okay, let
For
me
the
share.
longest period of time.
For the longest period of time. That's right.
Yes. Correct. But I'm sure our country cannot hold people back very, very long. And of course, because of the COVID, I'm not sure why he shifted. I'm just taking a guess here. But I'm excited to, once he's on the stage, I would love to hear the why.
We're going to hear it from him soon. But quickly, a few words about him. A finance professional who has lived and worked in 4 countries. One of them is Singapore, just for knowledge. Across the continents. His rich experience in world-renowned companies such as Google, Visa, PwC, which is PricewaterhouseCoopers, and KPMG, has provided the opportunity to work with stakeholders across several locations and cultures. An accountant turned into a trainer, turned into an author, turned into a speaker and a coach and an entrepreneur. He has a very, very interesting journey. He has focused on his passion of teaching and writing to start teaching negotiations, problem solving, and communications. He has also published 2 books on negotiation, one for adults and one for kids and the young adults. Currently based in Chennai with his wife and 2 daughters, let's welcome Anuj Jagannathan.
Okay, let's have Anuj right up on the stage. Hey, Anuj, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you. Thanks, Anil, first of all, for the introduction. And it's so great to be here. I've heard so much about this growing movement that you have, and I'm so proud to be part of it now.
No, we are lucky to
Lovely.
have you on the part of the Rising Stories, Anuj. Sorry, Kush, go ahead.
No, cool, cool, cool. I was exactly about to say the same thing, so I'm glad, Anil, you did. It's cool.
See you soon, Anuj and Kush.
Thanks, Anil. Thanks. Hey, Anuj. Okay, it's like it's really amazing to be able to have you on the show, and of course, your journey has been quite an exciting one. I'm sure not many people know everything about the journey, but definitely they want to know, and we have discussed so much about it. Today you're in India, you were in US. So if I want to ask you in the next 60 seconds, how will you tell what got you to US and what got you back to India? What is the reason? Before we uncover more about you.
So, on a professional side, I would say opportunities in India are much, much greater right now. And this is probably a great time to be in India. I would think so. From a personal side, of
Lovely.
course, I have family here, parents here, love to be here, spend a few more years in my own country. So that is what brought me back here, and I'm looking forward to a lot of things happening. I mean, even just the Asia Pacific region by itself is growing so much. I'm glad to be back to that region. I spent a few years in Singapore. That was great. That's where I finished my MBA from, and my MBA was my, I would say, turning point in my career, my life changing moment, because through MBA is what I started learning and going deeper into negotiation. Of course, I made some great contacts and network in during my MBA, but the interest for this topic of negotiation grew from my MBA. So what happened in that 18 months of time that shifted my mindset so much from just being an accountant, no offense to accounting, but I then started going deeper and deeper into negotiations and other soft skills. I call them super skills, actually. And
Ooh.
and along the way, I mean, beautiful journey. I have taught so many professionals negotiation across many different companies and locations in and around the world. And then the two books came along during that journey, and I'm so happy that I'm able to share at least widely, not just in my workshops or training sessions, but even through my book. I'm able to share my passion for the interest for negotiation to a wider audience.
You know what, Anuj? Let me tell you something. I want to ask you so much, because negotiation is something which I love a lot, and I think it's a huge part of us. When I'm talking about negotiation, I always feel like even a kid on the dinner table, when they are trying to get the meal that they want, is a sense of negotiation. And really want to applaud you that you have a book for young adults and kids, because I think that's the time when one must focus on picking up this skill, because then it becomes part of the process. You don't have to really put any extra effort, and it just seems like it's who you are, and that's how you bring it out. Of course, Anuj, you are an author for two books. I would love you to share how can someone write a book, but yes, that's a big topic, and I don't want you to touch upon that because I'm sure we won't be able to do justice for in the time we have. But
Right.
definitely, negotiation is something that I believe you can give us one or two nuggets here and there, where people who in their daily life, whether they're professionals, whether they are leaders, or I would say everybody as ambassadors of their own life, they must know how to negotiate it well. So, do you want to share some 2 to 3 nuggets with us when it is about negotiation?
Sure, absolutely. I love this topic, so I can go on and on. You have to stop me if I go over. But yeah,
Okay.
first thing I think you touched upon this, Kushbu, is the fact that a super skill like this, negotiation, which we use, like you said, almost every day, in my opinion, we use this skill at least 3 to 4 times a day in a
Very
proper
easily.
way.
Correct.
Sometimes we are just influencing or bargaining. Maybe that's a smaller segment or part of the negotiation, but we do negotiate 3 to 4 times a day. And this is from my own experience. After I wrote my book, I said, I'm going to count how many times do I negotiate in a day, and I did that for a few days, and I came to at least on an average 3 days, three times a day. I used to negotiate. Now, if it's a skill that you need so much, why would you not learn it early? So my first point to everybody out there, if it's parents right now listening to this, you would want your kids to learn negotiation early in their life. That's my first point.
So
I
done.
wish myself that I had learned this 20, 25 years ago, because it would have helped me a lot over my life and my career. I can actually count many instances, and there might be more that I cannot count, but there are a few instances where I wish I had learned negotiation, structured negotiation, which would have helped me a lot. Uh, Not only to not leave value on the table, but also the second point, that nugget I want to share, is negotiation is not only about getting what you want or getting an outcome. It also makes you a good human being. Now, I don't think anybody would have told you this before, but negotiation is a skill that makes you a good human being. And how is that? Because
Yeah, how is
when,
that?
when you're negotiating with another person, it is not only about you. You want to make it a mutually beneficial solution. And that
Win-win
way,
solution.
win-win solution, which basically means that you make it such that you connect with the other person, right? You make it such that both of you get full value out of it, and at the end, it's being a good human being to be able to connect with the other person. So empathy, good listening, everything that Roshni and Jeff mentioned, listening is a huge and important part of negotiation. So listening, being able to connect with the other person, having that empathy, building trust, these are all aspects of negotiation which normally people don't teach you, or people don't learn these. A lot of people go into negotiation with a trial and error mindset, or we'll figure it out, we'll wing it, right? That kind of mindset. It's my mission now. What I want to teach, at least kids and young adults early, but also professionals, is learn structured negotiation. It is going to be life changing. It is going to get you, of course, good benefits and or good results. You're going to get more deals in your favor, or at least closer to what you want. But then it's also going to make you a good human being.
Wow, I think it's so amazing, and I've I've always believed in a win-win deal. I mean, that's me. I think for the past 7 years at least, ever since I've been introduced to this, I've always wanted that. But to just shape it across a concept of making yourself a good human being, it just inspires me. I'm not sure of the audiences. I would want them to tell whether they feel the same or not. It just inspires them to feel right about the word negotiation, because there is a kind of a taboo, I would say, for the word. If you're negotiating, it just doesn't feel nice. It's just not, oh, okay, you're trying to negotiate, which means it's not a nice thing that you're doing. And it's a psychological kind understanding of the terminology that we have it. Do you feel, Anuj, that this is true, what I feel? Because I personally feel that. Do you think that's a thing?
Yeah, I think there are two big myths or biases when the word negotiation comes up. One is, of course, what you mentioned is true. People feel that, oh, if I'm negotiating, what is this other person going to think about me? But I
Correct.
actually teach exactly the opposite. Is when you negotiate and you make it a better deal, a win-win, knowing that you're already seeking out the interest not only of yours but also the other person, trying to bring the interest of the other person into the negotiation, and trying to make it a solution that works for both. I think it removes that aspect of the misconception of negotiation as something that is wrong. The other thing that I want to highlight is a lot of people feel a little bit concerned, maybe anxious, scared, um, maybe even restless or indifferent about the word negotiation. They say, okay, I'm going into this negotiation. I don't want to think too much about it. I'll go and see what happens, right?
Yes,
But
yes, yes, yes.
but I teach exactly the opposite. Meaning, when you do a huge presentation, let's say at work, right? What do? You gather all the information, you prepare for the presentation to make you strong enough to be able to communicate and put your point across. And then when you're presenting, you need to have some behaviors and techniques that you use and so on. I think of negotiation as exactly that same thing. Instead of the
Correct.
word presentation, take the word presentation out, put the word negotiation there. You need to gather all the information that you have for that negotiation. You need to put all that into a structure, prepare yourself strongly, and then once you go and engage with the other person, connect with the other person, have empathy, build trust. In many cultures, Kush, it is actually important to build network or build a relationship first, even before you start negotiating.
Yes, you're right.
It
Absolutely.
is important. Yeah, it is important to connect with the other person. Maybe have a couple of sessions where you just get to know each other well, and then come to business.
No, that's
So,
true. And I'm glad. Please, please.
no, no, good.
Okay, superb. So I think this is where the perception change is there. And I believe for all our audiences who are watching us right now, hey guys, get your kids, pick up the skills, yourself as well, because right now we're working with a 140 salespeople team and we're training them, myself and Anil together, from Salt and Pepper, of course. And one of the things definitely which is kind of a moment, okay, today is the closing day, means today is the day when the client will negotiate, today is the day when they will talk about the money, and there's a sense of fear, or I mean there's a sense of un I would say hesitation with that
Hmm.
entire concept. But I'm glad that you mentioned about the entire concept of how you can make it a part of your entire journey, and this can be from the day one and not on the finale day only. And with this, of course, such amazing nuggets on this entire thing, Anuj. uh, I would love for you to share why LinkedIn. What exactly got you started on LinkedIn, and how has that added value to your journey as an author, and today I would say as an entrepreneur. So yeah, how has that been?
So I want to share this story. I mean, we all have been part of this. We go into, let's say, a conference, right?
Okay.
I've been to several conferences, seminars, or just sessions where we go there. We meet a lot of people, and what we are happy about meeting all these people. Okay, we are going to meet some people, get new perspectives, build some new network and relationships, right? This happens a lot when we are going into a conference. We feel the need to engage with other people. Now think of it, you have millions of people on a free conference. That is what I consider LinkedIn as, a platform which is like a conference. You have millions of people there. Why would you not want to go and engage with them, right? Connect with as many people, engage with them, and that way you build better relationship, build a network. And of course, along the way, you share your perspectives and you learn from them. That is exactly what brought me actually back to LinkedIn. I had been on LinkedIn for several years, on like almost a dormant status, but then I said, no, what I need to do is I don't need to just sit there in a conference and look at other people, right? I need to go and engage with people. So let me do that. So that is what actually made me get back to LinkedIn and start getting active.
It completely makes sense, and I'm glad that you brought in the example of the conference, because that's true. LinkedIn themselves tell that it's a networking platform. I mean, if you go to
Right.
go to their own definition, that's how they define themselves. And it's a platform where you don't have any tickets to pay for, and neither you
Mhm.
have a time foundation, neither you have the geographical boundaries or the COVID situation. Nothing really holds you back to be able to build those bonds with the people you want. And you can choose to know the people before exchanging the name cards. I always like to add that, because when you go to these conferences, you meet them, only you know is their face. And how do you know who that person is, right? So on LinkedIn, you can literally choose, okay, yes, I want to learn about negotiation, and Anuj talks about it. So I can go and talk to Anuj, and then it makes complete sense. Instead of trying 10 different people and then finally landing to one and like, oh yes, that's Anuj. So it's like saving a lot of your resources in terms of time and energy as well. But yes, Anuj, as we get as your journey is evolving, and it's lovely to see the way you are now getting into an entrepreneurship journey, is there an aha moment that you would like to share with us on this journey?
Yeah, I would think when I look at LinkedIn and along this journey, of course, I will probably break this into two different things. One is the aha moment when it comes to LinkedIn, right? Uh, there are so many great stories out there. So what we need to do is not sit back and think, okay, uh, how do I contribute? If you have something to contribute, please go ahead and start being active. Like like I say, right? LinkedIn is out there where you not only share good content but make good connections, right? Share the content, but at the same time make good connections, build your network, but and engage. That engagement is the key, right?
Yes, yes,
You
yes, absolutely.
what you do is you enjoy other people's content, you celebrate that, and you contribute to it as much as you can by adding your perspectives, maybe giving them a boost in terms of liking their post or whatever. That is the key in this platform. And for me, the aha moment for LinkedIn was, of course, the engagement. And you taught that, Kush, in your workshop that I attended. But then again, there are so many effective tools you use on LinkedIn. And for
Absolutely.
example, you have shared some of them during your workshop. It is amazing that you can just add a quick elevator pitch as a video on your profile. That is amazing.
Yes,
I love that tip that you shared with us. And also
correct.
that when you want to engage, or when you want to post, be engaged with other people also, right? Before, after, some of those
Yes,
tips
yes.
really. So the
I
aha
call
moment,
it babysitting. I
yeah,
call it
baby step.
babysitting.
Right.
Yes. No, no, I'm so glad, Anuj, you're sharing all of this. And as we are wrapping up for this amazing, amazing, amazing round with you, I would love to hear one last thing. What is that one thing, Anuj, you would like to be remembered for?
Yeah, I've been giving that some thought. Of course, you asked both of them that question,
I
and I was
knew
thinking,
you will be a little more prepared.
I know, I know. So I at least had that chance to hear that question. I would say, what I want to be remembered for is the fact that I was able to uh, proactively and selflessly add value to other people. So similar to what Roshni and Jeff said,
Yeah,
to
true.
add value to other people without expecting anything in return, but at the same time to be remembered for something new that I was able to contribute to people. So there are two aspects. One is the negotiation part, which a lot of people say, "Oh, I wish, I mean, somebody had told me this earlier. Now my mission is to tell people earlier, right? That you
No,
need to
that's
learn
nice.
negotiation." The other part was the author journey. As an author, when I mentioned something to people in my contacts, they say, "Oh, your story is so inspiring. Now I want to be an author. Now I want to get on the author journey. And if I can inspire somebody along that journey to become an author, to share their views with us, that would be great for me."
Wow. I sincerely feel this. All the three people today are kind of just about value adding, and that's the beauty of the entire situation. So thank you so much, Anuj, for being with us on this amazing rising story ride and being among the top 20. So I want to congratulate you for that as
Thank
well.
you.
And with this I will ask you to please be in the green room, and I'm going to bring you back very soon for the double trouble.
Sure.
So here we are, guys, and that's where the beginning of the double trouble happens. So hear me. Okay, Anil, are we ready for the double trouble?
I'm all set and ready.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So it is the time of the double trouble, guys. It is. So
The
are you
knockout
all ready?
round.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. The knock off round. So let me have all the amazing people back on the stage. And a one, a two, a three. Okay, let's bring it up. We have, hi guys, hello everyone.
Hi, Anuj. Hi,
Hi.
Jeff.
Hi, Roshni, Jeff.
I've got to put my glasses on now.
You're looking equally beautiful with or without it, so it really doesn't matter. So, yes, guys, it's the time to knock each other out. Why do we say that? It is genuinely, that's what you want to do. You really want to do, you really want to win it. Are you going to tell them, Anil, what's going to happen?
Yes, I'm going to tell them. So we're going to play a knockout round between the three of you. Of course, me and Kush are excluded. For the simple reason we know the answers. So we will send you a lot of hints, okay? And we'll share a lot of hints with you one by one. And if you know the answer, you could voice it out loud, okay? After every hint which is there. That's as
But
simple as right.
exactly,
Bring it
guys.
on.
Yes, and to all our audiences, guys, you can keep guessing as well, because what we're going to do, we're going to drop one hint, and as soon as you're cracking it, you get those points. We'll bring three questions. A fourth question is there for a tiebreaker if it happens. And if there is no tiebreaker, then these three questions we're going to declare a winner. You really want to win it, and
Oh my goodness.
okay, I'm going to tell you, get Suresh around.
Oh, he's not. He's on a call.
I've already given that hint to her.
Okay, cool, guys. Let's get started with all the energy. So, are we all up for the knockout?
Yay!
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
The first cue is about a personality. Okay, just for knowledge. And the first hint for you guys is his mother used to always tell everyone that he'll become the Prime Minister of England.
Guys, audiences, keep guessing. You want to also help our guest out here, and you want to tell
So do I
what.
mention a name or?
It's a personality, that's right.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly. So,
not,
Richard
it's
Branson. Richard Branson.
not sure as of now.
No. Okay.
Yeah, first you
um,
go with the second
he
one.
dropped out of school at the age of 15. You want to take the next one, Anil?
I will take that. 2 marriages, 2 children.
Any guesses, guys?
Enjoys collecting memorable cars. I took this one, Kush.
No worries. Awesome. Has his own island.
Oh,
Richard Branson? No.
Yay!
yeah.
No, so
I
Anuj,
said that earlier, and then
I think
Anuj-
Anuj and Roshni
Yeah.
said that earlier. So now, guys, you want to be confident about your answer, and make sure, because we didn't see that confidence coming out of you. So you have to be confident in your answer when you say that, so that you can really
you
win.
didn't say that.
That was
When we
that
say
was.
when we say it, we are confident.
So Anuj and Jeff, I think we should chat to each other.
Yeah. With that ladies first.
Okay, cool. So let's go to the next one. This one we. So who wins, guys? Anil, who do you think the points? I think we'll give one to Anuj and one to Roshni. For me, I
One to
think
Anuj,
I'll
one
go
to
with that.
Roshni. That's right.
Yes,
Exactly.
cool. So
Let's do that.
1-1, guys, both of you. Now let's go for the next. But yes, of course, he also just came back from the space. Yes, day before yesterday, this Sunday. So definitely that's one thing we don't want to miss. And he's gonna make us go. And he's all about how can you have a spacecation, which is space vacation. Let's see, guys. In a few years, we're going space. The next is a brand, a business. So it's not a personality, guys. It's a brand and the business for all our audiences as well, guys. It was founded in 2003 by 5 entrepreneurs based out of Silicon Valley. 5 entrepreneurs based out of Silicon Valley. Go ahead, Anil. Take the next one.
The Consumer Reports gave this brand 99 out of 100, which was the highest score ever.
Google?
No. Keep guessing. The company nearly folded in 2008 due to a heavy financial crisis.
2008.
Okay. Moving on. The brand was named after Nikola.
Tesla.
Woo! Nikola Tesla is the name.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the next hint was going to be the founder just broke Clubhouse earlier this year and increased the stakeholdings for Clubhouse when he came in. Of course, more so American electric automobile manufacturers, of course, not to say Tesla. And it is together with four more entrepreneurs from the Silicon Valley, and that's how it started. So, yay, it is. We are getting answers like Facebook. So she says Facebook, Susie says Microsoft. We have Jesse.
AirAsia, Apple.
Irish. Irish.
Silicon Valley,
Yes.
no. Okay.
Yes, correct, exactly. But I'm loving it. I want you guys to keep guessing because it's okay to be wrong. But, the whole fun is to actually come out and feel right about yourself. It's okay. You don't have to know everything. And I think Rosh just mentioned it as we started for the show. It's about engaging. And that's something all our three guests said. And that's the beauty of it, that we are putting our best foot forward. And I don't know as well, guys, when we were making these, we did not know some of the hints that we are sharing right now.
Yeah.
And we ourselves feel that this is amazing because we learn along the lines. We knew few, we don't know few. And that's the whole beauty of playing the entire game. So don't feel shy, guys. It's okay to be wrong. We are also discovering ourselves. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah, the scores are 2 and 1. Okay. As of
Yes.
now. Jeff, buckle up. We got two more. Okay. This one is a personality again. Okay, I'm repeating, it's a personality. And the first hint is born to a middle class family in India. Most of us are, right?
Sundar Pichai.
Did you just entered in our computer or what? Something?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Anuj Jagannathan, I can't believe this.
No,
Every
no,
one
no,
of us are born to a middle class family in India. It could be Anil Meghani tomorrow.
You said make the best guess. I did.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't literally believe this. This was like everybody, and it's like you entered in our computer and you're really hacking it through to find it. But yes, for our guest, we want to take it forward, and it is Sundar Pichai. But yes, his mother used to be a stenographer. He was excellent in remembering many phone numbers as a child. Anil, do you want to uncover a few more?
yes. 2 children and lives in San Francisco. The man was behind the success of the famous Google browser called Chrome. Go ahead, Kush.
Absolutely. And of course, he's the CEO of Alphabet and loves sports like cricket and football. That is how beautiful it is to know about him. And Anuj, you really stole the thunder.
I'm an ex-Googler. You know that, right?
Yeah. And the last one. And the last one very important. And the last one very important. Sorry. A lot
So
of
you're
confusion.
just wondering whether your young audiences will understand what a stenographer is.
I agree.
Oh, yes. Roshni, do you want
Many
to take a
people will
second?
not know what that is.
No, Roshni, do you want to take a second to explain that to our audiences?
The stenograph or stenographer is usually someone who works in the courts, and it's a contraption that looks like a typewriter, but it's really weird looking, and it's like shorthand, right? And they capture all the proceedings that go on in the court. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. But Anuj, you really stole our thunder. So yeah, I can't say much about it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Going
Google
super
is a good
well.
company.
Absolutely. No, this is coming from an ex-Googler. So yeah, you can't beat him anyway. Okay, let's go to the next one. Anil?
Yeah, 1 second. Just on the last one on the Sundar Pichai, one which was very important, which a lot of people wouldn't know, which I didn't know. He was a suggested contender for the Microsoft CEO in 2015. And eventually it was Satya Nadella, but he was a very big contender for that position, which was there. Okay.
Yes. Thanks, Anil. Awesome.
This
Let's go
one,
for the
I
next.
guess it. Yeah, we're going to give it to you. Hands down. Okay. This is again for a brand. This is for a brand.
And I want to tell it's a Singapore-based hospitality brand. Singapore-based hospitality brand.
And Roshni and Anuj both have worked in Singapore. Roshni, of course, is in Singapore right now. But yes, founded in
Grab?
20,
No, it's not. Sorry. Go on.
founded in 2015 and operates across Singapore, Philippines, Indonesia, and Vietnam.
Known for its network of budget hotels.
Has three brands: Sans, Cool Cost, and Sunera, which was recently launched as early as July 2021.
Oyo Rooms is their biggest competitors. This was the
Raised,
easiest.
raised initial funding in 3 months from Jungle Ventures.
Wow.
Now, if you
Royal?
give you this, the last one, I'm sure you're gonna get this.
I doubt, because this was really difficult.
Okay, go ahead, Kush, with the last one.
So the founder is Amit Sabharwal, and the company that we're talking about is Red Doors. So they are direct competitors to Oyo Rooms, and based out of Singapore. Of course, they are in other countries as well. Has been growing phenomenally well in the hotel industry.
Wow.
So
They're known
You
for their
learn
budget
something new.
hotels.
I didn't know that.
So if you go to Indonesia, you will see all Red Doors everywhere. And of course, same goes with Singapore. I've seen many places Red Doors being around.
absolutely. And with this,
Good to know.
guys, we are yes. And with this, we are wrapping up the knockout session. Of course, Anuj is a clear winner out here. So congratulations, Anuj. Lovely to see you on the Sundar Pichai. Definitely a bonus point to you. The way you took that one. But yes, guys, it was beautiful to have all three of you with us on this amazing Rising Stories round. And we're really excited to keep in touch always. And to our audiences, guys, I hope you're cool with them getting in touch with you on LinkedIn, right? Give me a thumbs up if yes. Okay, lovely. Yes, so guys, go get in touch with them and get to know the best side and pick up the negotiations, presentations, communications, leadership, and all the untapped growth journey towards super skills, aka soft skills, from all the three of them out here. Of course, guys, if you have anything to say, we'd love to hear it. Maybe a line or two before we are wrapping up. Anything? Roshni?
I'll take. Yeah,
Go
Roshni
ahead,
first.
Anuj. Go ahead. Lead the way. No problem.
No, I was just going to say thank you for all the amazing work, Kush, Chetan, Anil, and Salt&Pepper, and the beautiful work you're doing. So it is amazing that you have raised all of us who are basically amateurs on LinkedIn to start doing better, to grow to the extent that we have. Thank you so much for that. And then again, thank you for this invite. It is amazing to be on this platform, on this show that you have, and to be able to share our perspectives, right?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Anuj. Thank you so much. Jeff?
Yes, well, all the people I recommended, I think about a dozen into your LinkedIn account, they actually tell me that they are very happy with it. So I have no hesitation. So that is the proof. And I would like to just say two words to the audience. The two words are show up. And Woody Allen said 80% of success is showing up.
Showing up.
So show up for anything. Show up at LinkedIn. Show up for this show. Show up for LinkedInpreneur.
Yay, guys, show up. Go hit the share button. This is my shameless plug. No problem. Go ahead, Roshni.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say, it's such a privilege to be here with Jeff and Anuj. Really awesome. Loved your sharing. So proud to be part of this group as well. Kush, Anil, Chetan, thank you so very much. If I was going to leave, my last words before I go would be a quote that is my favorite when it comes to communication. And it was basically said by John Powell. And it talks about how the genius of communication is the ability to be both totally honest and totally kind at the same time. So I want to just leave everyone with that, in terms of how we communicate with each other, because I think the world needs a lot more kindness right now.
Powerful. Awesome. Lovely, guys. Thank you to all three of you for being with us on Linkpreneur Stories.
Thank you so much, guys. And please go back on the recordings and the show, which is there, because there are a lot of questions asked to individually to all of you, which I can see that in the comments. So request you if you can reply to the audiences whenever as time permits for all three of you. It would be really nice. And a compliment for you, Anuj from Srinivas. Your looks look like Sundar Pichai.
Wow.
Can we negotiate with Anuj?
That was unexpected. So thank you so much for that, Sri.
Yes, yes, yes,
Awesome.
yes. Lovely. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
And here comes an amazing, amazing another round of Rising Stories. And we have those amazing 20 people who have joined us as this Rising Stories journey in collaboration with Salt and Pepper to bring in those people who adapted the latest technology, adapted the new world with open arms, and decided not to giving up in any which ways. Also have won big on the platform LinkedIn through picking up the right skills, right strategies, and as well as putting themselves into it 100%. So, yes, guys, stay tuned. We might be just bringing a few more stories to you. If you like it, tell us in the comment section, because we always love to bring all of you guys here up on the screen and share among you a few of the amazing stories. Of course, before we wrap up for the day, I want to ask you guys something. One question that I asked all three of the guests: what is that one piece of advice you have for everybody who would be reading your comment, who would be reading your share, for what they should do right on this platform? What is your advice for a newbie or a person who's already been on LinkedIn and you feel that has been a game changer in your journey and can be a game changer in that person's life? Share it in the comment section, guys, before we wrap it up for today. And I would go back and read each of your comments and would love to celebrate them as well. Anil, anything you would like to add?
I think this is a really nice one, which you asked, and I think that's very critical because there are so many newbies out there who probably are a little fearful of coming on this platform for the pure saying that, oh, what to do on the platform, how do we engage, what content to produce. I think, yeah, it's such a great thing if people can comment and say what advice they want to like to give this to this newbie. And we are so excited again coming next week to get three guys. One of them is from, sorry, I'm not supposed to say all of that. But, so keep watching. That's all I can say for the next week. At the same time, same show, which is Linkpreneur Stories Season 2. And this time it will be episode 9 with 3 more wonderful guests on Rising Stories.
Absolutely. And guys, I'm going to put the tribe link in the comment section. And if you would love to join the tribe, feel free to join the tribe WhatsApp group, which is a small community we have where we spread love and we try to motivate each other. Tribe.linkpreneur.com, and my team is going to put it out in the comment section. With this, wrapping up for today. And that's amazing. Thank you so much, Anil, for being with us as well.
Thank you so much. Likewise. Take care. Stay safe, guys.
Absolutely. Staying safe is one of the biggest thing, and it's the core of you being you, guys. Please stay indoors if you're in Malaysia, because I really want the world to get better. And please, 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 please spread the same thing across among your colleagues, among your neighbors, among your teams, or even to say among your family, friends, and extended networks. Guys, please stay indoors, get vaccinated, apply for it if you haven't. And at the same time, guys, for me, my one piece of advice, if you are on LinkedIn and you want to explore your journey upwards, is stop being shy, guys. Stop being shy. It is the time to show up, as Jeff mentioned. So just go all out and start with one simple thing, which is connecting with 5 people every single day. Just connect with 5 people on a bonding level, not like randomly just hitting the connect button. No, guys, at a point where you really want to build relationship with those 5 people. So go all out and connect with 5 people every single day and see the magic happen for you yourself, only with one simple thing that I've mentioned just now. With this, wrapping up for today's Rising Stories. And with this is my day 7 of 30 Days of Me, guys. Love you all. Thank you for all the love and support. Please hit the share button, because that's where other people also get to know about these 3 amazing guests who they may not know as yet. You can't be selfish. Keep sharing, guys. I love you all. Thank you for all the love you have shown to us ever since we started with the first episode. With this, wrapping up, take care, good night, rise and shine.
I really believe that bootstrapping is a process where every founder or every founder to be must go through.
Well, Tony Fernandez at my age, at 40 years old, he already start asking money for hundreds of millions, and I'm just asking for